Good morning. We are going live. We are live. That is the beauty of technology. We are live. Put on my glasses so I can see what's going on. And this morning we are chatting with Unity Yoga, based out of New Hampshire, who is one of our studio partners. And we are excited to have Meg join us this morning. You will be able to pick up your free copy of our premiere issue. There she is. And you'll be able to pick it up for free at our studio. Now let's see. Let's make the magic work with the buttons. All right. Yay. Every time this works, I'm like, thank goodness.
Perfect.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. We haven't officially met. I'm Yana. So we've communicated a lot via email, and it's so nice to meet you.
Yes, it's great to see your face.
Yeah. Are you in your studio right now?
I am. I'm in the lobby.
Oh, I love it. Did you receive your magazines yet? They should be arriving soon.
We got them this morning, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah.
That's amazing. So just so everyone knows, if you are in the New Hampshire area, anywhere in the area, come on by and you can pick up your free copy of our magazine. So we're so excited to have your support and to be able to support you guys as well. It's an interesting time to own a yoga studio, isn't it? It's definitely different, right? Do you want to share with us how long you've been open, what it's been like?
Sure. Yeah. We opened in February. So around here, it's been like pretty well after COVID guidelines have been dropped, which have been nice. And I find that a lot of people that didn't do yoga kind of came to yoga over COVID that are now coming to the studio. Like friends of mine that have been watching yoga or watching, friends of ours do yoga that decided they wanted to try something new. And now we have a lot more people doing yoga, which is great.
That's amazing. It makes sense. I hadn't heard that before, but it makes absolute sense. A whole new group of people were exposed to yoga if it was online, maybe for their first time.
And then I think when stuff opened back up, it was just something to do around here for a lot of my friends that are moms and just people I knew that were kind of looking for something else to do. So now we have a lot more people in the studio, which is wonderful. But we opened in February and we have a beautiful community. Things are going really well so far. We're about to start teacher training in October.
That's amazing. So you've only been open since February. So before that, what was your pre-yoga studio owner life like? What did you do?
I was teaching yoga locally in the community for about 3 years before I opened the studio. And I had always kind of hoped to open a studio and then the timing became right for me to do it. So,
wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. It's one thing to have the vision and the idea, and then to take that leap, that next step to actually opening it. It's a huge step. It's so massive.
It was something that I definitely always knew I would do. And then I feel like I kind of almost came to a point in my teaching and how I wanted to progress with training, teacher training, things that I had to just take the leap.
Yeah.
And got a lot of support. Been great. It's been something that I was really stressed out about when we were building, like how it was all going to work out.
Right.
Now it's been so wonderful and not stressful at all. And that's just due to the people that have been showing up, and doing their yoga and sharing their yoga with us, which has been amazing.
Wow. Has your personal practice changed in any way since you became a studio owner? Do you find that you had to adjust anything?
Yes, absolutely. I had been in a place with my personal practice that I don't think was super healthy for a long time because I love teaching so much. So I love teaching so much that I will pick teaching over practicing all the time. And I had been doing that for a couple years, just kind of running myself ragged. And because it is great to share, it feels beautiful to be with the people. And you're moving a lot and you're sweating a lot because we do hot yoga, but you're not, getting that mind workout that you get with your personal practice. So when I opened the studio I don't know, things just changed for me where I chose, I wasn't going to teach as many classes per week, and I was going to take a lot of classes. And I think I just wanted to take a lot of classes. The energy was so good for me here. I had brought in all these beautiful teachers, and I just wanted to be in their classes. And now I've created this new habit of practicing again daily, which is what led me to teach in the beginning. You know, just extremely passionate about the power practice that I love.
And it's so interesting that you say that. I had a misconception when I started the magazine. I still work a full-time job in addition to the magazine. And so it's, you know, it's a lot to juggle sometimes, but I just assumed if I love something, I would never get tired. Like, I love it. So how could I be, it didn't make sense. And then I realized it's still energy, even though it's happy and it's fun and it's really fulfilling. It's still energy that's going out. And so that was the biggest thing that surprised me. When I started a small business, I was like, oh, I can still get really tired. In fact, I'm more tired now.
It's a lot of energy to teach yoga and to be in the yoga community and to give out, like, you know, supportive content online. And I had gone into I taught high school long ago, and I had gone back to teaching high school this past year, just kind of on a whim. I had been teaching yoga at this private school, and they had asked me to take a position, and I went back to teaching high school, and I love teaching. I just love teaching in general. So I teach science, and I hadn't had any intention of doing it again, but I was like, when I got back into it, I was like, I would love to just keep doing this too, you know. And then when the studio opened, I couldn't do it all. It was too many hours in the day. And I'm sure you're finding that if you're working a full-time job and this magazine, that there's all the hours, you know, just add up to no time left for you to go in or to practice or to take time for yourself or to have a day off. And that's kind of where I had to choose, you know, I'm dedicating myself to the yoga community because it's my passion. And I have goals with teacher trainings and traveling and retreats and that kind of stuff that I want to pursue. And the hours run out quickly.
And that's the thing. It's like, even though you love what you're doing so much, you're right. There's a sort of a finite amount of time in the day. Even if you wake up at, you know, 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or however you do it, you know, the brain does eventually need that rest. And I think that once you sort of make peace with that idea, you become a better business owner, a better person, a better human.
Right. I was liberated. Even though I was finishing off the school year, I was like, oh, I'm going to be like having hours to do things. And like I said, reconnecting to the practice has been very grounding for me. My health has improved again, and just, you know, feeling more energetic. I was kind of feeling drained, and when, like you said, just doing stuff you love to an extreme and not finding a balance. and yoga is all about balance. It's all about exploring that.
I need that constant reminder. It's like, I know it and I understand it, like in my brain, but like then my physical body, oh yeah, that's right. We have to keep doing this.
Right. That's what I love to teach yin, and I don't practice yin enough because I'm a power yogi. So I'm always wanting to go. And but when you practice yin or when you teach the yin, it's just like a reminder, like, oh, I should do this more. I should just sit down.
Yeah.
And not push. But you know, we do what we can.
Yeah. Are you offering yin at your studio as well? So it's hot yoga.
Yeah, we have a very diverse like amount of classes. We do hot power. We have a slower power. We do yin. We do different sound workshops. We've just done a kids camp recently. So we're going to revamp the whole schedule for September to include some shorter classes and some warm classes, because our studio is about 98 degrees, about human body temp. And some people kind of want to try some different things. So we have a lot of different things that we offer. And we offer classes 6 a.m. all the way up through 8:30 p.m. So.
And are you still offering online classes?
No, I only taught online during COVID. It was
interesting.
I intended to do. I got thrown into it, and I'm all, like, older. There's a lot of young yoga teachers, and I just turned 40. So a lot of them are like going online and making videos and jumping into that, where I was a little bit hesitant. But we had such a strong, supportive yoga community that when we went online, I was like, I'm going to do this. And it's something that I would like to do eventually, I think, through Unity, but I haven't pursued it in too much depth because it's not, you know, my interest. But I think it is good to get to people too that aren't in the local area.
Yeah, and especially with the teacher trainings. I mean, that's something that that's a great, you know,
Yeah.
tool. And it's so interesting that we have this now.
Yeah, we want to offer online teacher trainings, and we want to do at least one abroad yearly. So these are things that we are definitely going to be expanding into. And another local studio that I work with, or that we know, they do their online classes right through my body. So there's a camera in the class. They don't even really acknowledge it, so it's just there, and you can tap into class, and you don't have to like look at the screen and be like, "Hi, everybody." So I kind of like that approach. If we were to do something, where people log in and they kind of see in and hear the class, and so in the future, who knows? It's like one thing before another thing. It's there's been so many things I've wanted to do before the summer came, and get outdoor classes going, and we just haven't been able to do it all. But I have accomplished all these other things that I have to acknowledge. And
yeah. Are you a big like to-do list person? Like I'm always writing lists, and like I reorganize my list in terms of priorities. I'm like, okay, I want to do all these things, but this is at the top now. Just move things around.
Always like an ongoing list, and I don't probably ever finish the list, but exactly. It's like, what can I prioritize? Like I was working on the YTT to get approved through Yoga Alliance, which I'm just about finished doing that, and getting everything going. It's been a dream come true for me, honestly, when I started my yoga practice, to own my own place and to teach or train, and I'm super excited.
So for someone that's looking for a teacher training and doesn't really know what to expect, like maybe they're curious and they're like, I want to do this, but I don't really know. I think some people don't understand what teacher training is. How would you describe the teacher training that you guys are going to be offering in October to someone that's like, I think it's for me, but I'm not sure, maybe?
I had no idea what to expect when I decided to do teacher training. I just knew I really wanted to teach yoga. So I think for people that really know that when they go into a yoga class that they feel kind of almost called to want to lead a yoga class, or if they feel like they want to explore yoga philosophy a little bit more, then they would probably start thinking about doing a YTT. And for me, I was just kind of looking for something that was going to work for my schedule. So you can go travel and do YTT in any style of yoga, or you could, try to find something that worked for locally. So I found a local program that was weekends, and I'm a mom, I have 3 kids. So that was perfect. We could be away for the weekends. And I just happened to, and it was a teacher that I had been taking classes with who I absolutely loved. At Exeter Power Yoga, and they're another local studio that's fantastic. And I went into this training kind of like with the expectation that I didn't really care what I learned, which is silly, because I just wanted to teach yoga so badly. But when I got there, I learned so much, and I was able to really grow as a practitioner, and as a teacher, find out what it means to be a teacher and grow in that area. And it was the perfect training. So I've done all my training now in Baptiste style power yoga, which is our training. And our training is weekend based. So you would come in for 2 days, 8 weekends, and you get to kind of dive into yourself a lot, your practice. And then you learn basics about yoga postures, alignment, cueing, interacting with people. It becomes a job where your practice is a very personal, exploratory thing, where once you become a teacher, it becomes a job in some ways. It's an awesome job, but it's a job where you learn about customer relations and how to put your hands on people if you want to do this, and then you dive into the yoga philosophy and meditation and breath. And so each weekend is a module in which you would learn different things about teaching. And in our program, we are teacher-based as well. So you would practice in front of your peers every weekend. Even if you don't think that you would want to be a teacher, it's just a part of the training, yoga training, And I think it's important, being in front of people, talking to people, public speaking, it's all good skills. Yeah. And it can be very emotional sometimes to be in these trainings and people sharing lives and
Oh yeah, I did my teacher training many years ago, and I'm still in touch with a lot of people that I did. This was 2008, and I'm still in touch with a lot of the people that I did the training with. And it's true. I mean, I think there's so many great things about a teacher training, but one of the things is you build this community of people that you might not normally or interact with on
Yeah.
you have an opportunity to meet them and get to know them in just such depth, you know? Like I knew things about people I had just met that I didn't know about, like friends I'd known forever. I was like, wow.
And health issues, and you get to like really, people get vulnerable, and getting vulnerable for me is a big part of yoga. Like people coming in and practicing in front of each other, in front of me, is a very vulnerable thing, and I always try to honor that because you know, they're in their most, you know, they're being their true selves. Like you can't put on a hat and be like, I'm a doctor, I'm a chef. You know, they're just their pure selves. You know, kind of letting themselves go on the mat, whether it be, you know, excitement, fear, sadness, whatever they bring with them. And being vulnerable as a teacher allows people to connect with you. So I think that's part of the training is just learning how to offer yourself in a way that is helpful and supportive, but also not like heavy. Like you don't want to be like, here's all my stuff that I have brought to you, you know. But yeah, so I think there's a lot of vulnerability in the teaching and in the practicing, and that's a big part of the training. Like you said, it's just getting people sharing with you very deep things, and you connect, and like you said, you connect with these people, and you might not always see them, or you might always get together, but you've connected, and you get to, like, they always will support you and reach out to you, and you can do the same. Like I have a good friend of mine, another studio owner, Lisanne at Project Soul, is always there for me, and I can always, you know, count on her when I need to have a good conversation, and it's great.
It was the thing that surprised me the most when I did my YTT. I said, I expected certain things. You know, I saw it in the manual. I looked online. I saw what I would expect in terms of anatomy and all these things. But that, you know, connection. And I mean, I'm a crier personally. Like, I'm just a big crier in general. I'll cry. I'm very emotional. And so, like, I wish there'd been like a little asterisk in the description. You will cry, because I mean, and it was good. It was a cleansing experience for me. You know, I think it's different for everybody, but for me, it was at the right time with the right people. And such, I mean, like I said, 2008, that's a long time ago now. And I'm still like fondest memories of that time in my life.
Of my training. Yeah, I loved my two trainers. Shout out Jean and Tracy at Exeter Power Yoga. Two of the best teachers that I know personally, you know, fantastic trainers, and so supportive and loving, and creating this. They have a beautiful community over there, and just creating, you know, people that are empathetic, creating a situation that share yoga, but, like, you know, create boundaries too. It's important to find that balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's exciting. That's coming up in October. And do you have any retreats that are coming up soon that you're excited about?
Planning a little couples retreat in Wells, Maine in September. And a couples thing, we're doing Thai massage, sup yoga, beach yoga, and some gourmet foods. And I'm going to host that with my husband and my two managers, Tom and Erica. And yeah, we have a bunch of workshops. We always are doing fun stuff at the studio. We're trying to bring stuff in all the time.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. And I love, you know, working with you guys, and I love meeting the community and the teachers. Everyone's doing such amazing work. I mean, I always say that people that own yoga studios and yoga teachers, they don't go into this saying, I'm going to get rich. Like, it's not, it's such a heartfelt
driven field. It truly is. It's passion driven. And because it's changing, and because it is like a way to connect with people on a really deep level, that's what I enjoy the most. And it's, you know, I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, hey, if I'm not going to ever be rich, I'm going to be fulfilled and happy doing what I'm doing.
Exactly. We'll be rich in other ways.
So, you know, as you grow with this business as well, we're excited to be a part of it.
Yes, thank you. So if you are in, where exactly are you in New Hampshire?
We're in Salem, New Hampshire, which is, it's about 40 miles north of Boston. So we're populated area. Yeah, it's busy.
So if you are in the New Hampshire area, especially if I'm based in New York City and you need some trees and some fresh, clean air, which we always need here in the city, head on up and visit her beautiful studio and pick up your complimentary copy of our premiere issue. And thank you for supporting us as a small business. We we only exist because studio owners like you are supportive of what we're doing. So any way we can ever support you guys, let us know about your retreats and your trainings, and we'll put them on our events page.
Yeah, I'll get over to you for the training. That would be awesome.
Perfect. Yeah. And we're happy to support this community that we're building, you know, across the United States. We're all connected now. So we look forward to working with you guys.
Yoga world is a big world, but it's a small world too, which is great.
Thank goodness.
So much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.